Most courses weren't built with Masters players in mind, so when I play a course now, I'm not just asking, is this a good course? I'm asking something a little different. Is it built for us? This is Kiwanis. Let's find out. Before we play the front nine, I'm going to show you some numbers I'm looking at, because once you see these, the course starts to look a little different. Same front nine, same baskets, same tees, but not the same test. I pulled the actual league scores from the three Masters divisions, the 40s, 50s, and 60s. MA40 players averaged 25.3 on the front. That's almost 2 under par. MA50 came in at 26.6, so right around even. And MA60 averaged 29. That's 2 over. Same course, but 3 different games. And that's what I want to look at today. Not just whether Kiwanis is a good course, but where it starts to take strokes from Masters. Because when you see these holes coming, you can play a little smarter. Quick bit of honesty here. I designed Kiwanis, so I know it really well. So this is not coming from an outsider's point of view. But I don't plan on rubber stamping this. I plan on looking through the eyes of a Masters player, not a designer. But as a player over 40 asking one question: how does this course play for us? Every course I review gets scored in 4 areas: tee pads, walking difficulty, distances versus technical balance, and how easy it is to get around. Each category is worth 5 points, so the full course score is out of 20. Today we're only breaking down the front 9, so I'm not giving the final score just yet. By the end, we'll know if the front side is helping Kiwanis or hurting it. Before we get started, you're going to notice we're not playing in order. We're not going hole by hole. We're going to play the holes that best describe the front 9 of Kiwanis. The holes that are going to determine if this plays best for a Masters. So let's get started. If there's one hole in the front 9 that's going to show the difference between the age groups, it's hole 7. It's one of the longest holes in the front, and you've got the Mando on the right, you got the low ceiling here, and then you have all the brush and trees here on the right side that you have to contend with. So that's the problem. You need enough distance to get yourself in a good spot, but if you chase it too hard and drift right, now you're in the junk. MA40 averages 2.73 here. MA50 is averaging 2.86. MA60 jumps to a 3.60. That's the biggest gap in the front. So here's the hero's play versus the smart play. The hero's play is throwing full power, hugging the tree line on the right side, trusting that your disc is going to fade out, land over on the left side, and give you a potential birdie look. Okay? If you have the arm speed and the angle control, this is very doable. The smart play, if you don't have the arm speed and angle control, is to throw straight up the middle, controlled drive, and accept that it's just going to be a par. There's nothing wrong with that. Because the score that gets you here usually isn't the 3. It's the 5 you take when you push into the brush and have to pitch out. And on hole 7, control is important. Hole 2, it plays as the hardest hole in the front 9. And honestly, it makes sense. You've got a Mando that pushes you right of the tree, and then the tree extends over the OB and creates a low ceiling. Then you've got the sidewalk running down the whole fairway. So this hole isn't just asking if you can throw far enough, it's asking if you can control the angle. MA60 is averaging 4 here. MA50 is averaging 3.71, and even the MA40 group is a 3.27. So the likelihood of getting a birdie here, very low. Smart play isn't about playing scared. It's about respecting the Mando. You got to stay to the right of that Mando, but you have OB on the right past the sidewalk. And to top it all off, you got this branch here that hangs low and extends over into the OB, so you got to be smart. If you're going to throw out and over OB, you better have the right stability, or you're going to be long and up by the road, who knows. The smart play is just to throw nice and easy, controlled up the middle, let it land, get your upshot. Nice, easy par 3. There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, that's a good score on this hole. Big numbers can happen really quick here if you play too aggressive. This hole, very interesting. Hole 5, it's an island hole. The scores here are kind of sneaky. MA40 averages 3.09. MA50 is averaging 3.14, and MA60 is a 3.4. So the scores are pretty tight. On paper, this doesn't look like one of the big problem holes. But that's kind of the point. This hole isn't hard because of the distance. It's hard because of what happens when you miss. The drive on this hole gives you some options. You can do a forehand out here on the left, get it high enough that you fade back in, but you're going to be out in the OB for a long time. The other is you can do a turnover shot just outside the tree here and just let it turn and land on the island. The big hyzer on the right side is another option. You get it up there high enough and let it fade back in, but you got to be careful because it's another one where you're over the OB a long time. If you get your angle wrong, you could be in trouble to the right or to the left. This is one of those holes where the smart play may not be that exciting, but that's okay. Masters, smart plays matter. Sometimes the best shot is the one that avoids the trouble. All right, after some of those holes, hole 4 feels pretty nice. It's short, wide open, no real trouble right in front of you. This one's one you got to get. MA40 averages 2.64, MA50 2.43, and the MA60 group with a 2.20. No forced power, no mando, no island, but you do have OB deep and OB left down the hill. And this is a hole you just don't want to get cute on. Throw the shot you're most confident with. Give yourself a putt. Take the birdie if it's there, and if it's not, a par will do. Because after hole 2 and 5, you don't want to give this one away. The rest of the front 9 moves pretty quick. Hole 9 looks friendly, and for the most part it is. But there's one thing you have to know. There's OB right behind the basket. It's about 15 foot. MA40 averages 2.45. MA50 is a 2.71. MA60 comes in at a 3. So even on a short hole, there's some separation. The hero play is just go after it. Get that disc out there, let it fade back, get by the basket, and get you an easy birdie. Smart play might be just to throw out there, give yourself a 20-foot look at it, try to get that birdie, but you have to be careful with that because that OB's close enough, you run that putt. Now you've turned that birdie into a bogey. Not good. It's a good hole to end for the front 9. So let's just score the front 9 so far. This isn't the final course score. That comes when we finish the back 9. But here's where the front sits. T-pads, 5 out of 5. Solid, level, grippy, no concerns. Walking difficulty, 4 out of 5. The front is manageable. There are a couple hills and 5 sits on a mound, but nothing here feels like it beats you up physically. The distance versus technical balance, 4 out of 5. I like the mix. You've got chances to score, but there's just enough bogey potential to keep you focused. Holes 2, 5, 7 are the ones that can get you if you force them. And hole 7 is where the MA60 starts feeling the difference. Navigation and cart friendliness, 5 out of 5. It flows well, it's easy to follow, and it is cart friendly. So far I've got the front 9 scored 18 out of 20. That's strong, not perfect, but strong. The holes that really test you are 2, 5, and 7. And honestly, that's what I like. Give me options, make me think. Don't make every hole about distance. That's what the front 9 of Kiwanis does pretty well. But here's the thing. The front and the back 9 are just different enough to keep you honest. The front makes you pick the right disc and the right shot. The back asks you some different questions. Can you hold up physically? Can you keep your disc dry? Because there's 4 holes in the back 9 that bring in disc golf's natural enemy, water. The breakdown is in the next video, and that's where I'll give you the full Kiwanis score. Before you go, how would you play at hole 5 the island? What disc are you going to throw at it? How are you going to throw that disc? Are you going for the mound? Or are you just trying to make the island? Post in the comments, I'd like to hear. If you're a Masters player looking to play smarter and play longer, this channel is built for you. Subscribe, and I'll see you on the back 9. Play smarter, play longer.